Let's go. I can't lose. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Cause we on the line. Yeah. Come on. There's no way you can stop us. Full back, man. I'm a monster. Let's get ready. I ain't trying to lose, no matter what side I choose. Let's get ready. There's only 1 second left. No OT, no second left. Let's get ready. I ain't trying to lose, man.
Get ready for a Texas-sized evening of mixed martial arts action in the Art of War. Downtown here in Dallas at the American Airlines Center. Welcome to HDNet Friday Fight Night. Hello everyone, I'm Kenny Rice. Glad that you could be with us. The promoters of Art of War claiming this is the biggest MMA night in the history of the Lone Star State. Taking a look at the card, they may be right, especially when we get to the main event where it is Pedro Rizzo returning to the ring for the first time in over a year, taking on Justin Eilers, who is on a 7-fight win streak. They are competing for the inaugural International Fighters Association Heavyweight Championship. To talk more about that now, bring in our own heavyweight, Olympic gold medalist, Jeff Blatnick. Jeff, we have two guys who certainly have a lot of MMA experience, and they're going for a title this evening.
Oh, without question. Pedro "The Rock" Rizzo, one of the original heavyweights in the UFC. Perhaps one of the most experienced heavyweights ever in the UFC. His signature attack, the good old 1-2. His right hand has put a lot of people down, but he has been out of the ring for quite a while now. He is making his return, and training him, another UFC legend, Marco Huas. Justin "The Hammer" Eilers, on the other hand, is younger. He too had a very strong early career, peaked with going to the UFC, but had 3 losses, Ken, and since then a 7-match win streak. He too is capable of smothering his opponent, very good at ground and pound as well.
Eilers, the former Iowa State football star, doing some hard hitting in the cage. He is standing by now with Ron Kruk. Ron?
There's no doubt, Kenny, this man, Justin Eilers, has been on fire of late, winning his last 7 bouts. And Justin, I know that your fight game has evolved dramatically since you turned pro back in 2002. But why the recent success? What has been the key to this winning streak?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that I'm going out there and just looking to get the win, and not just headhunting and going for the big knockouts anymore. I'm going out there and I'm fighting safe. And just getting the win however it may come, and I think that's the biggest part.
Tonight you're taking on a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend in Pedro Rizzo. Now this guy has been in the cage or in the ring with some of the sport's biggest names. This is a huge opportunity for you. Justin, is this the biggest fight of your career?
I would definitely think that this is the biggest step in my career. This is a huge name. Pedro's been around and fought and beat some of the best in the world. And this is a huge step for me in launching my career. I look at this as a launching point in my career to come out here and get a win.
Well, your nickname is the Hammer, and Pedro Rizzo is known as the Rock. So give us a prediction, Justin. What's going to happen when the Hammer meets the Rock tonight?
Hammer smashes Rock every time. That's my prediction. I'm not going to go for the knockout, or maybe I will, but who knows? I'm going to get the win, period.
Justin, we look forward to it. Kenny, do not blink in this one, because these are 2 big men that have the ability to end a fight very quickly.
Indeed they do, Ron, and Eilers, a confident young man, as you might imagine. He has won those 7 in a row. He has a reason to be that way. Let's take a look now at the MMA rules, and who should know better than the man who helped write them, Jeff Blatnick.
Well, bout durations for all the fights tonight will be 3 5-minute rounds, and there's a 1-minute break in between each round. Forms of victory: you can win by TKO or ref stoppage, physical or verbal submission, the tap out, or by decision when it goes to the judges.
And we take a look at Art of War fouls you see, including headbutting, eye gouging, and on down the list.
And there are over 20 rules in the unified rules that Texas will use tonight in the conduct of each fight.
Coming up, local hero Justin Wren taking on Justin Howard. Justin Howard, he calls himself the Savage, coming out of San Diego. He took this fight on 2 weeks' notice.
what you think of me, what you think you see. When I spin big faces, stick braces, my watch and ring. When I park my car, it don't stop a thing. Cause the rim's still turning and we burning cigarettes. With the sweet, the sweet, to the footer on the yellow. Bottom model, find the model, and sex her if you can. My new bottle, Colorado, rock is the land. Fucking rock me in my avocado, Timberland. They always say I'm cocky, that's probably cause I'm the man. My mom's taking pictures from paparazzi and fans. The women say I'm cocky, sipping socks from the fan. My only body cold is hot shots, and we all cross out. Look for that goes, my ear.
Justin Wren fighting in the hometown here of Dallas. He is a legend in state wrestling. He won 10 state titles in 3 different styles.
You ain't gotta look elsewhere, I'm the star. In the middle of the night, like my life's a highlight reel. It's a million girls I might feel. So keep your eyes peeled on your wife. She's looking at me hard. I think that she like me because I stay smooth as the icy. Smooth as the icy. Smooth with a Nike. So be easy. I'm so squeezy. That's so cheesy. I got so breezy. They blow like the wind. More chronic, but no chronic. This year, no tonic. Just bomb it up. We thug up. We set the club up. Haters wanna act more. Then we raise the snub up. And start jumping the basement.
Take a look at the tail of the tape, and it jumps out rather quickly, doesn't it? Justin Wren with the weight advantage here on Justin Howard, who is coming in off 2-week notice to take this fight against a real up-and-comer here in Wren. Let's go now back to the ring and Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is 3 rounds of fighting heavyweights. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, this man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 1 win with no losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 246 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, representing LA Boxing and SDSU Fight Club, Justin the Savage Howard. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, this man is a Greco-Roman national champion. He holds a professional record of 5 wins with no losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 263.5 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, representing Team Luther, Justin the Punisher Wren. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Mark Colloy.
Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You understand me? You understand me? Touch gloves. Go to your corners.
Well, you look there at Justin Howard, an unenviable task of coming in here from San Diego on 2 weeks' notice to take on Justin Wren, who, as we mentioned earlier, is a state wrestling legend. He has 10 state titles, 3 different styles he won it in. Went on to wrestle then at Iowa State before turning pro. And here we go with round 1.
Now, he's actually going to be going to Iowa State next year. He's in Des Moines. He's recruited by Cale Sanderson, the coach, legendary Olympic champion, only wrestler ever to go undefeated throughout college competition.
Wren, 19 years old.
And watch out for Justin Howard. He's got a good striking background. The wrestler being very aggressive here. Wren is, and he could walk into a bomb.
Howard, a personal trainer, fights with the San Diego State University, has in the past their club team. You wonder about the wrestling experience overall, but there's some redness around Justin Wren's nose and forehead as he took a good punch from Howard.
But thus far, he hasn't used any of his wrestling skills. Now, up against the fence, he looks to clinch. Let's see if he can control the tie and try to bring Howard down to the ground.
Howard obviously knowing the strength of Wren. Wren trying to work those underhooks in there.
I was impressed with Howard's leg kicks. That'll slow anybody coming in a hurry, and that'll limit how aggressive Wren can be.
Howard, pretty good defense right now as he also got a knee in.
And, oh, he almost picked him up and launched him.
Tried to take advantage of that weight edge that he has. Over 20 pounds more Wren weighs than Howard. But Howard fighting a tough fight here in the early going. Wren now with a bloody nose.
Mouth is open, breathing too. Looks like he spent some energy there. A little nervous coming out, maybe.
Well, a huge ovation as he was approaching the cage here, naturally fighting in front of the hometown crowd. And at Bishop Lynch High School, he won just about everything possible on the mat.
Wren does have an amateur undefeated boxing career going right now, but seems to be Justin Howard's getting the better leather off the straighter punches. They get there quicker and they're more accurate.
Yeah, if you were just walking in and took a stab who had more stand-up experience, it's the guy in red.
Again, those leg kicks. Wren not as aggressive as he was in the first minute now, more calculating.
As he catches his breath and takes another kick there to the left side. Justin Howard has been the aggressor and set the tone for this fight after the huge ovation for Wren as he stepped into the cage. It's been all the guy from San Diego, Howard, in control.
Well, Wren is a youngster, just 20. Not even 20 yet, 19.
Reaching there, trying to get one of those big rights in to no avail, and Howard steps away.
It seems as though Wren wants to make this a stand-up fight. I'm not sure why he's not trying to use his wrestling here. Howard doing the right thing. He's playing counter, feeding off the energy as it comes in, stepping to the side, trying to get a few punches in.
Now will Wren be able to get the takedown? No. Howard gets away again. What about the defense of Howard here, Jeff?
Howard's done a great job.
Justin Howard, you wondered, coming in, 2 weeks notice, fighting a local hero, actually, a very popular fighter.
Oh, there's a right hand by Wren, got him.
Wren's best shot so far. About a minute 27 mark here in the first round.
Oh, a nice knee.
And Wren is doing some damage here against Howard. Well, we think, as you see the cut there on the bridge of the nose of Wren, Howard kind of bounced out of it. He took a couple of good shots from a guy 20 pounds bigger than he, and he bounced right out of it.
Still delivering those leg kicks.
Trying to chop that big tree of a man and Justin Wren down.
Seems as though Wren is settling down a little bit now. He's not breathing as hard. He seems to be a little bit more composed. I like Howard's composure. He's not forcing the fight. It's like he's letting it come to him. But if Wren continues to score here, then he's going to have to change his tactic. But Howard's done a good job so far.
This has been Howard's round. Under 20 seconds to go.
Well, they're both sucking a little gas there.
That is the end of round one, and Justin Howard comes out and surprises Wren here in the early going of this one as you take a look at the man with the 1-0 pro record coming in. But Howard, called the Savage, did have a 7-1 amateur record coming in here, and he does have the more experience standing up as we saw there in the first round against the younger Wren.
It just seemed that his punches were a little crisper, a little straighter. Wren seems to be winging those punches. They're arcing. Taking a look here, good little exchange of punches. Leading into a clinch, and nice looking knee there by Wren. Able to score some points there. That's a good tactic anytime your opponent bends, is to bring the knees up.
Now what about Wren? He comes out. Again, the huge ovation that he has here. Everybody in Dallas knows who this guy is from his outstanding high school wrestling career. But he was breathing heavy. He was stunned with some good punches early on. Do you think he's got the composure to come back here in the second round?
It seemed that he settled down a little bit, started thinking a little better about how to go about attacking Howard. And there you saw a running double attempt, the first of the fight so far for Wren, in which he wants to use wrestling ability to try to defeat his opponent.
Well, obviously that is his strength here in round two, scheduled for 3 rounds. Wren was not able to get into his game and get it on the mat against Howard in the first round.
There you go, good. That's good. You're fine, Justin.
Wren trying to grasp the leg of Howard to bring him down. But Howard again doing a nice job. Nice little short elbow there by Wren.
Good knee, another good knee for Wren. Howard bounces right out of it though. And bullying his way against there is Wren. Now he tries for the single leg takedown, and finally Justin Wren is able to get this on the ground. That is his strength, and he moves into mount. He's trying to make this a ground and pound, which would be effective for him.
And he is in perfect position to make this happen.
Moves in there full now on him, and what can Justin Wren do
Right
in this
there,
situation?
right there. That's all you need to do. You don't have to throw big winging punches that the follow-through carries you out of position. The short elbows, you can deliver them, they're effective, and they don't take you out of position.
The one thing Justin Howard did not want to happen is Justin Wren is in mount swinging away, and the ref has moved in, and that's it. Justin Wren is now 6-0. The local hero comes storming out here in the second round to stay undefeated.
He finally used his wrestling. He grabbed the leg, he took him down with a nice technique, pulling the ankle up high and tripping him down, and then once he got him on the ground, he knew exactly what to do. He mounted him and delivered the ending blows.
Justin Wren now 6-0 as a pro. Let's take a look at this. We talked about it, Jeff. He wasn't able to get him down on the mat in the first round. That single leg works here in the second round.
And there he stacks him up, and as soon as he comes out of that stack, he goes to mount, and here's the flurry of bombs coming down. There were some good elbows prior to that as well. Here's some of those. And it was at this point that the referee, nice crushing bomb, and at that point the referee felt he was not defending himself intelligently, stepped in, TKO for Wren.
There you see Wren. He took a couple of punches himself from Howard, had a cut over the bridge of his nose, and now Justin Howard finally getting up. Very impressive, for this is only his second pro fight. He fought a very smart first round, but Justin Wren, once he got it on the ground, that was all she wrote. Let's go now to the ring and get the official time from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Colloy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 42 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Justin the Punisher Wren.
Well, Wren lives up to his nickname. He punishes Justin Howard here into a TKO in the second round. Let's go back in the ring. Ron is standing by with the winner.
With the winner and hometown favorite, Justin Wren. And Justin, you had never had a fight that went past a minute 50 of the first round. How key was cardio tonight?
It's a big key. I'm definitely going to work on it a lot more. I guess, I don't know, I haven't had anyone that tough that I fought yet. So, I want to dedicate this win to Brad Rehor. He was a 6-time world champion of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Travis Luter. And he was like a second dad to me. And I really want to thank him, all my coaches, and dedicate this win to him.
I know he was a mentor to you, so that's very cool. Now talk about your strategy coming into this. It seemed the first round you were willing to stand and throw bombs and exchange with the stand-up, and then you got tired of that in the second round and took him down. Talk about your game plan.
Yeah, well, I've been working a lot with a boxing team and Muay Thai kickboxing. I wanted to try it out a little today. I know I had a lot of errors, and people could really pick that apart, so I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, work a little harder. But, I want to think of myself as a warrior like Brad was, and I got my first war tonight, so it's kind of exciting.
Absolutely, it was very exciting. Congratulations on remaining undefeated.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope I'm coming back.
Sounds good. Okay, Kenny, back to you.
Thanks, Ron. Justin Wren, he adapted well, learned his lesson, and comes on strong in the second round for the TKO to run his record to 6-0. We'll have more mixed martial arts action coming up from Dallas. You're watching Friday Fight Night here on HDNet.
Coming up next on HDNet, Las Vegas gets a shot of funk pop fun when Macy Gray takes the stage for a sold-out show. It's up next.
On the next Arrested Development, George Sr. is hurting.
Daddy, horny, Michael.
And Job is scoring.
Do you like my outfit?
Not as much as I like what's underneath it.
Oh.
Back-to-back episodes, Wednesday nights beginning at 10 on HDNet.
Let's go.
Thank you for joining us for MMA action. Art of War coming to you from Dallas on Friday Fight Night. Let's go now to Ron Kruk.
Thanks, Kenny. Close to 7,000 fans have packed the American Airlines Center here in Dallas for the first ever Art of War mixed martial arts event. This is a great turnout, and the future looks very bright for this fight organization. Now, let's get to our next fight.
Thanks, Ron. Let's take a look now at the tail of the tape here between Tom East and Brian Russell, a pair of Texans. And you can see the height advantage going to Russell. Let's go now to ring announcer Bruce Buffer with the official introductions.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist wearing camouflage who holds a professional record of 10 wins with 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 176 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Tom East. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with black, holding a professional record of 4 wins with 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 179 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, representing Sinlada Muay Thai, Brian Russell. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the cage is Mark Calloy.
All right, athletes, you've already received your instructions at the beginning of the bout. Want to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Good luck to you. Touch them up. Go to your corners.
There you see Brian Russell, 4-1 as a pro. Again, that first pro victory took only 30 seconds. He won it by a knockout. Tom East was concerned about how tall his opponent is. He is giving up 5 inches in height to Russell, and obviously a reach advantage for the younger fighter in Russell, Jeff.
Russell, a student right now, did a little time in the military. He's right-handed, favorite submission and arm bar. Tom East, on the other hand, is a wrestler. He possesses good strikes, also some good submission jiu-jitsu. And it's East in on the legs of Russell, puts him down on the canvas now.
We'll see if he can do that throughout and maybe take away some of that punching power of Brian Russell here in round 1.
I think East might have an advantage here in that he trained up at Big Bear Lake in California. That's at altitude, the same place the 1984 Olympic wrestling team trained. And that gave us a big advantage down here at sea level.
Now you know that team well.
Yes, I do.
This is round 1 of what is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And Tom East trying to take away that disadvantage that he has in height and reach by taking it to the mat early here against Brian Russell.
And he's vertical right now, but unable to really rain blows down in what we refer to as ground and pound. But he is in a position of control, full side mount now. If he can get his head out, perhaps now he can start striking.
Good punch to the midsection. Crowd getting into it early. Pair of Texans here. Tom East from right here in the Dallas area.
He's doing a very good job here of controlling the action. He's not forcing it. He's not giving Russell any opportunity to exploit a mistake.
Got in a couple of nice lefts. East is scoring early. And Russell is trying his best to do something to get out of this situation. What can he do in this side working position that East is in?
Well, he wants to get back to full mount, try to get him in between his legs. If he's able to do that, he can then control how much distance there is between the bodies. But when Russell is out to the side like this, East is out to the side like this, poses a problem. His legs are really not in the game right now. Now you see a submission attempt on the elbow, and he got it.
That's it. Tom East has won it. Brian Russell tapping out here. Just 3 minutes in this first round, and Tom East comes out, takes charge. He didn't have much to say when we asked him about what are you doing, how do you get ready. He just brings his record in. He said, I've had a lot of fights, I have experience, and it showed here.
And the less talking you do, really, the better. But it is a great way to market yourself. But what I liked about East is he started with a barrage of strikes. And as soon as Russell started to defend strikes, he went to the submission. Here you see East on top, controlling the action. He has been punching. There you see a nice left hand getting in, and a couple more, part of an arm. And then there you see the lock, bending that arm backwards, and Russell tapping out.
Tom East picking up the victory. Let's get the official time on it all, and back to the ring and Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Malloy has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 51 seconds of the very first round. Due to a tap out from strikes, declaring the winner, Tom East.
Tom East running his record to 11-6. He said coming in he was a little worried about the height and reach advantage. He took care of that early by taking it to the ground on Brian Russell to get the win. Coming up, undefeated Anthony Njokuani against Kenneth Rosfort. Kenneth Rosfort from Copenhagen. He is already a title holder in mixed martial arts in the United Kingdom. His background is in karate and Muay Thai. Anthony Njokuani from Garland, Texas. He comes in here with an undefeated record. His specialty is kickboxing. And you take a look at the tail of the tape, we expect this to be pretty much a stand-up fight, a kickboxer against a karate Muay Thai specialist. Let's now meet the fighters. Back to the ring, and Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is three 5-minute rounds of fighting. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black. This man is a United Kingdom mixed martial arts title holder. He holds a professional record of 7 wins with 3 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 168 3/4 pounds. Fighting out of Copenhagen, Denmark, representing Shooters MMA, Kenneth Rosfort. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is an undefeated kickboxing champion. Wearing black with white, he holds a perfect professional record of 6 wins with no losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 167.5 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, representing Saxon Muay Thai, Andrede, the Assassin, Njokuani. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Kerry Haley.
Fight instructions in the dressing rooms. Any questions here? Any questions here? Main thing, obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck.
Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. As you look at Rosfort in from Copenhagen, Denmark, you heard Bruce in the introduction. He's an MMA title holder in the United Kingdom. Njokuani from Garland, Texas, a Dallas suburb here, is yet to lose. He's a kickboxer. We expect him to stand up, and this is the kind of fight that could end early.
I think both of them are going to stay standing up. There's not a lot of grappling in either one of these two fighters' backgrounds. Rosfort, a student back in Copenhagen, where Njokuani is a personal trainer here in Texas.
Njokuani getting a huge ovation as he comes into the ring tonight, and the crowd cheering him during his introduction throughout. One of the local base fighters, he got a good ride in there. Rosfort felt that, now he tries to go to work, putting him up against the fence.
And smart tactic here by Rosfort to try to bring Njokuani down to the ground, but he's not going to do it with his back against the fence.
Trying now for a knee, and Njokuani comes right back.
And this is good position for Muay Thai clinching. They're used to kneeing here.
That would be Rosfort working out of his specialty if he is able to, but Njokuani continues to get a couple of knees in himself.
And that longer body of Njokuani is certainly going to help with the knees. The longer the body, the bigger, higher you can bring your knees up.
See, and Rosfort's strategy may be backfiring on him here by keeping this close. Njokuani is going to work there on that midsection.
The two-hand lock around the neck keeps that head facing the ground and the potential for the knee to hit it.
Njokuani, remember, undefeated kickboxing champ. He is yet to unleash one of those big kicks.
Yeah, we haven't seen a kick yet. I'm waiting to hear it.
Yeah, we heard that one stung a little bit on the left calf of Rosfort. Njokuani knocks him out. It's over. Njokuani remains undefeated. Kenneth Rosfort is knocked out in the first round. Njokuani that quickly goes to 7-0 with a knockout.
And it was the kick that set up the punches.
Listen to this crowd here at the American Airlines Center.
Well, we wondered when he was going to start kicking. Started with the leg, tried bringing one upstairs, and then immediately followed with the good old 1-2. And that right hand put Rosfort to sleep immediately. He was out on his feet and fell like a tree.
Now take another look at this. You rarely see a real knockout. A lot of TKOs, but that is a flat out of the game, good night KO.
Well, we're glad to see Rosfort sitting up here. But nice 1-2. That left hand actually got him too. What a tremendous technique there. Great timing.
Anthony Njokuani from the Dallas suburb of Garland, as you look at Kenneth Rosfort coming over from Copenhagen, Denmark with a 7-3 record, but knocked out here in round one. Let's go to Bruce Buffer to get the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kerry Hadley has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 12 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by knockout, Anthony the Assassin Njokuani.
Well, it is good to see Rosfort back on his feet, and Njokuani with a huge combination, and the right put Rosfort out for a while. And Njokuani now is at 7-0 in his career. He is standing by with Ron.
Anthony Njokuani, you told me that you were going to come into this cage and throw something you called an A-bomb. I'm guessing that's what that knockout was.
Yes, sir. That's what it was, man. I told you it was coming. It came.
Yes, it did. I know you want to see this replay, so check it out and talk us through it.
Man, all I know is once I threw that kick, I saw the opening, took the 1-2, and he was out. Woo! Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
1-2.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good night. Well, Anthony, I know you're excited to fight in front of the hometown fans. Did it live up to all your expectations?
Yes, sir. That's what I came here to do. That's what I came here to do, is fight for all y'all. Fight for all of y'all. And I did what I came to do. And what?
Nice cage celebration as well. All right, Kenny, back to you at cage side.
All right, thanks, Ron. Anthony Njokuani, remember that name, still unbeaten, 7-0 with a very impressive knockout of a strong fighter who had a title in the United Kingdom in Kenneth Rosfort, but this night belongs to Njokuani as he continues to celebrate the A-bomb and then some with that victory. Stay with us. More MMA action from Art of War here on Friday Fight Night on HDNet from Dallas. We're back. Thanks for joining us here on Friday Fight Night. Up next, Alex Andrede taking on Klas Klas Akesson coming out of Sweden. He is an amateur champion in the MMA ranks in Europe. He is making his USA debut tonight. Alex Andrede, the 32-year-old, fighting here in front of the hometown crowd. His last fight was in 2001. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, height advantage, reach advantage to Akesson. Possibly the biggest tail, though, tonight will be how will Andrede do after almost a 6-year layoff from action in the cage. Now let's meet the fighters. Back to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black, he is a European mixed martial arts champion, holding a professional record of 3 wins with 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Karlsborg, Sweden, representing Shooters MMA, Klas Akesson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black, this mixed martial artist has a professional record of 4 wins with 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of the Lion's Den in Dallas, Texas, Alex Andrede! And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Kerry Hatley.
Okay, gentlemen, been giving you pre-fight instructions in the dressing room. Any questions here? Any questions here? Main thing, obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck.
Well, you look at Andrede. Nice story about him in today's Dallas Morning News. And again, how will he do? He hasn't fought since 2001, and he's fighting in Akesson, a European MMA champion.
A nice right hand straight down the pipe on Andrede. Takedown attempt by Akesson, but countered. You were mentioning the layoff. He got married, part 1. He's now rejuvenated, but he also got a little tired of MMA. I watched the fight with Andrede where he was wearing wrestling shoes. And they were allowed back in the old days. You could either wear them or not, but you're not allowed to kick if you wear shoes. He kicked 3 times and was DQ'd.
Now you mentioned that there was a time when Andrede was a UFC and Pride light heavyweight contender going back 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while now, but he says he's rejuvenated, ready to go. Some of his old Lions Den people, Guy Metzger, Trey Telligman are down here. So I'm sure he feels comfortable. Certainly has the physique, got talent.
32-year-old Andrede certainly looks in good shape. Former gold glove boxer trying for some wrestling technique here in the early going against Akesson. Akesson making his U.S. debut, bringing in a 3-1 pro record. This after a 7-2 amateur mark and some impressive amateur bouts in Europe.
He last fought in October, right-handed, judo and MMA background is his training. Competes for the K3 fight team over in Sweden.
Well, it's pretty obvious about the height and the reach advantage here, and in close quarters, though, Andrede is able to take all that away.
Well, the Scandinavian countries all very good in Greco-Roman wrestling. I'm just watching Akesson here. Look at him, the underhooks, rips the body back up of Andrede, so he loses the leverage.
Akesson ranked in the top 3 in Nordic competition. He was telling us before the fight.
And the Scandinavian countries are all very good at Greco-Roman wrestling. They excel at that rather than freestyles.
Fighters exchanging knees to the thighs here in the early going. Akesson trying in to shoot in there to get a takedown.
Oh,
and now getting in is Andrede has him maybe choking him out. Look at that left arm. Andrede is trying to get it under the neck and working hard here in the early going.
Akesson's right hand is interfering with the lock, and he counters.
Crowd behind the hometown guy, Andrede, here in the early going.
Nice setup. He kneed Andrade's leg and then came right down to the single, but he gave away his neck again, and this is tighter. This is tighter.
Again. Can he do it the second time? No. Akesson, again with that leverage. I mean, basically, in that situation, he just stands up. He's got about 4 inches in height. He just kind of stands up, and he's already got like a crowbar leverage effect using his neck.
Effective guillotine, you've really got to get under the chin, and you've got to arch your back and pull the head. And a lot of people will take it to the ground, put you in a guard while you're in the guillotine. Just seems Andrede keeps trying to force that lock. It has not been working for him. Akesson doing a nice job. And he stays busy. He takes what Andrede gives him and scores.
Andrede talking about his opponent, said, I have no clue about the guy. I'll see when they get in there. I think he was more anxious than anything just to get back into action.
Yeah, and I don't know if our fans may have caught that, but Akesson threw a knee that nearly caught Andrede in that clinch. It happened so quick, it almost like you didn't see it. But he's got the ability to bring that knee up all the way to Andrede's head, even in a clinch.
Well, you can see there's a good example of the height advantage that Akesson has. And I tell you, it looks more than the 3-4 inches that it's listed.
Big left hand by Andrede missed.
Wonder if Andrede will try to avoid those punches and keep this more of a stand-up. He does have that Golden Glove boxing background as Akesson tries to shoot in on him. In final seconds.
Yeah, Andrede was waiting with an underhook and countered that shot nicely. But there are those knees. Akesson doing a little bit more now with his legs to try to attack Andrede.
Alex Andrede returning to the cage for the first time since 2001 here before the home folks in Dallas.
There's Trey Telligman in Andrade's corner. Telligman, a veteran of the UFC, part of the Lions Den when they were out there in Lodi, California under Ken Shamrock.
Okay, there you see Akesson right now trying to work the guillotine in as Andrede in first round action.
And he did a nice job of using his right hand to interfere with the lock of Andrede. Thus, Andrede never really set that choke. But what I liked here is watch those knees. He actually kneed the knees, and when finally Roberts pulled the knee away, he dropped down, grabbed the leg, but then found himself in another guillotine attempt.
Klas Akesson out of Stockholm, Sweden, getting ready now for round number 2. What about the ring rust effect? Andrede certainly looks like he's in very good shape.
Well, the first time back, it's got to be a bundle of nerves. Hometown crowd wants to do well, pick up where he left off, and that's difficult to do. So I agree, ring rust is a piece of it.
Another knee there by Akesson. Man, he is quick with those.
I'm surprised Andrede hasn't gone to the body a little bit more. Akesson stands straight up. So if he does, the midsection's open.
Akesson, if you just look at him now, he looks awkward, but then he throws the knee about like an effective jab. I mean, it's there and then it's gone.
And Andrede now in on a double leg.
And there he gets the takedown. Now Alex Andrede has a chance to go to work, and they're cheering him on here in Dallas.
Needs to take his time, stay composed, not try to rush things.
Andrede talking earlier in that Dallas Morning News interview about some of the differences he's noticed since he left and now he's come back, and he's been doing it himself. He said more cross training. This is a lot about technique. It's not so much he's the toughest guy like it was in the early days of MMA.
Well, MMA as a sport has evolved. It used to be single discipline, learn others, and now today's mixed martial artists are well trained in the 4 basic realms you need to know. And that's striking with your hands and feet, elbows. You have guard to protect yourself. You have takedowns to determine where the fight takes place, and of course submissions, ways to end the fight.
Andrede trying to get in there. You see that Akesson trying to use those legs for some leverage.
And within the guard, you want to create either no space where you're hugging him or distance where you're pushing him away and he's struggling to stay on top of you. Either one, very effective, keeps him from striking you.
There you go, there you go. Keep your hips in.
And just look at the grip strength, able to control Andrade's hands. Some hammer blows there.
Andrede might have landed with one of those. There's another left that Andrede's able to get in.
Well, Andrede had experience in King of the Cage, UFC, and Pride, but that was many years ago. It's almost as though that experience doesn't exist anymore. He's getting it all back right now.
Yeah. Andrede continues to work on Klas Akesson. Now back up, and a couple of swings that sure look good and got the attention of the crowd.
Right uppercut.
He got
Right
it with the
uppercut.
uppercut. It's over. It's over. Alex
Oh,
Andrede.
no.
Alex Andrede comes back, and the referee's trying to stop this fight. Akesson stood back up, got knocked back down, throws his mouthpiece down. He did not think it should be stopped.
He went out. He dropped down, but Andrede did not break on the referee's command.
Andrede returns to action and picks up the victory. 6 years since his last fight, and that was a strange ending. I don't know if I've seen a guy get knocked out, back up, and knocked back down.
And I never seen the victor pick up the other guy and start carrying him around afterwards. The emotion is gone now. They're no longer in the fight mode, but it did seem. There's the
uppercut. Now, it looks like he's out. And there you see Kerry Hatley's moved in to stop it.
And the official is trying to, but Andrede not listening to him, and he finally regains his composure.
Well, look here. Akesson kind of pops out, and he's out, but look at this.
Those punches might have woke him up.
He woke up with the punches. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen people wake up after being down and getting hit once they're on the ground.
I got knocked down. I got a couple of punches. Hey, I'm back up.
There's absolutely no way when he looks at that video that he knows he wasn't knocked out.
All right, Alex Andrede getting the applause here from the crowd. Let's go back into Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kerry Hatley is called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 15 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Alex Andrede.
Alex Andrede picking up the victory, a knockout, and then almost another knockout. He wins it by a TKO, a strange ending, but Andrede is the winner, and he's standing by with Ron. Ron?
Thanks, Kenny, with the winner, Alex Andrede, and it had been almost 5 years since you've competed in the cage. You shook off that ring rust rather quickly. Could you have written a better ending to this fight tonight?
I've been sparring with Trey, Kenneth, working with Phil, Willie, Jason on my timing. I knew he was going to be strong. I let him get tired first round. Second round, he told me to work my uppercuts and hooks. That's what I did. Take my time.
Absolutely. Alex, talk about that ending. It looked like you knocked him out and he woke up and the ref jumped in there pretty quickly. Was it too quickly?
It's been 5 years. My drilling got pumped, and I want you, my hometown, make sure he got down, send him home, you know.
Take a look at the replay here. Talk us through what we're seeing here. Some big bombs.
If you could hear me, I was seeing penitentiary Trey said, work your uppercuts, work your hooks. That's what I did. My adrenaline got a little pumped. So that's what I did. Try to please the crowd.
Boom, right there, and he's out.
And real quick, quiero darle las gracias a todos que vinieron a apoyar este evento hoy día. A toda mi raza, los quiero.
Yeah.
Alex, enjoy this victory. It's good to see you in the cage again.
I will. Later, guys. Thanks.
All right, Kenny, back to you.
Thanks, Ron. Quite an entertaining evening for Alex Andrede. He gets 2 knockouts of Klas, Akesson, and then picks him up to celebrate
Only
at
one
the end.
counts. Only one counts.
The TKO victory by Andrede. Can't wait to see him in another 5 years when he comes back. We'll have more MMA action from Art of War in Dallas, Texas. You're watching Friday Fight Night here on HD Next.
Let's go.
We're back. Thanks for joining us here on Friday Fight Night. We get ready for our main event. Pedro Rizzo going against Justin Eilers. This is for the inaugural International Fighters Association Heavyweight Championship. With more on it now, let's go over to Ron Kruk.
Well, Kenny, Pedro Rizzo and Justin Eilers are at 2 very different stages of their careers. The veteran Rizzo is returning to the cage after a 13-month layoff and only a couple of fights in the past 2 years. Tonight, he tries to resurrect that career here in Texas. Meanwhile, the young gun, Justin Eilers, would love to take his career to the next level with a big victory over one of the sport's biggest names.
And he's on his way out, and I'm on my way in.
I hope I knock him out. We'll see the ring, you know.
So I plan on taking him out all the way, and then, you know, this is the stepping stone in my career.
Ring is ring, fight is fight. We never know what's gonna happen.
My next fight is against Pedro Rizzo.
I'm gonna fight Justin Eilers.
That name alone, I mean, anybody who knows this sport knows that name.
He's a UFC veteran.
Rizzo, in my mind, is a legend.
He came from 6 wins.
He's been in this sport for a long time. He's had a lot of devastating knockouts.
He's in great shape. He's confident, and he's a very hard fighter. He's a very tough fighter.
He's tough. He's tough as nails.
It's gonna be a war in the ring.
Fighting a name like this, Rizzo has been in the sport forever and has beaten some of the top guys in the world. And you know, fighting names like this is something that you look forward to as a fighter. And to be able to knock off a name like this would be absolutely huge for my career.
I've been fighting everywhere in the world. I fought in Brazil, then I fought in Europe, I fought in America, so I fought in Japan, so I fought everywhere. I had the chance to fight Coleman, I have Mark Coleman, I had the chance to fight Dan Severn, Wren Couture, I had the chance to fight Kevin Randleman, and a bunch of good fighters, you know, Andrede. So I fought with a lot of guys.
So I'm not gonna get all nervous and scared and oh no, this guy's knocked people out, this and that. He's never fought me, you know, and that's the way I look at it. He's never fought me, and I'm a better fighter now than what I was back in the day when I was fighting Arlovsky, when I was fighting the UFC. I'm a much better fighter now. I'm a safer fighter, I'm smarter.
I fight because I love to fight, I love to be in the ring, I love to show my skills. So for me it's a new comeback, it's a new start. I feel like when I was 23 years old, when I make my debut in UFC. But now my focus is to get back my career, get back to the wins.
I'm ready to go, and I'm an up-and-comer in the sport, and I feel like I've already had a career in 4 years. This is my time, and you know, I'm looking to put him away and restart my career, so to say.
Guys, there are many differences between Pedro Rizzo and Justin Eilers, but tonight they do have one thing in common. Both are in dire need of a victory if they want to be considered a factor in the heavyweight division. Kenny?
All right, Ron, I agree with that. I think everybody agrees with that. This is a huge fight. Is Rizzo ready to really be able to come back? And Eilers, is he this good with that 7-fight win streak?
Well, Pedro Rizzo has to fight ring rust. Certainly we know he has the experience because he's fought some of the best names ever in the UFC. Justin Eilers, on the other hand, had a great early career and then got thrown into the UFC where he suffered 3 straight losses. Since then, 7 straight wins. So he's certainly got a lot of momentum going, and that's going to be hard for Rizzo to counter.
Well, Eilers has talked about how tough he is, how confident he is. When he was young and was kind of thrown in against some of the tougher guys, he learned a lot. We will see. And also at stake is the inaugural International Fighters Association Heavyweight Championship here in the Art of War. Time now for our main event. Justin Eilers, he's red hot. He has won 7 straight. Pedro Rizzo, an important night for him, returning to the cage for the first time in 13 months. The tell of the tape, Rizzo actually about 20 pounds heavier than when you probably saw him last, fighting at around 228, coming in here at 247. Eilers at 233. It is the IFA Heavyweight Championship. Now let's go to ring announcer Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this championship bout is sanctioned by the Texas State Boxing Commission. And now, live from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, it's time! This is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds of fighting for the IFA Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with yellow, he's a mixed martial artist and a veteran of the UFC octagon who holds a professional record of 14 wins with 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 233 3/4 pounds. Fighting out of Boise, Idaho, representing Excel Defense, Justin Eilers! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue, this man is a Muay Thai kickboxer and mixed martial artist and a UFC veteran. He holds a professional record of 14 wins with 4 losses. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 247 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, representing Ruas Vale Tudo, Pedro Rizzo. When the action begins, our referee in charge is Kerry Hatley.
Okay, gentlemen, not only is it the main event, but it's a championship fight. Expect you to conduct yourselves as a champion, okay? Any questions here, Pedro? Any questions here? Okay, main thing, obey my commands at all times. Good luck. Touch them up.
There is Pedro Rizzo and Justin Eilers. IFA Heavyweight Championship on the line here in Art of War. Glad that you could be with us for Friday Fight Night on HDNet. And round 1 is underway. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Flicking that left out there early is Eilers.
Very interested to see the hand speed of Pedro Rizzo. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. What he wants is that right hand to land. And what he normally does as a setup is engages and then retreats a little to try to draw you towards him. Walking into the punch, much more effective at knocking the man out.
Eilers trying to keep that distance in there again, working on that left jab and exchanging now with Rizzo.
And right glanced the nose of Justin, and he gave Pedro Rizzo a little nod as to say, yeah, you caught me.
Rizzo about 20 pounds heavier than when he last fought over 13 months ago. Obviously confident, one of the outstanding fighters, MMA history. Back in it tonight here in the cage in Dallas.
Ooh, that one struck. And Pedro Rizzo has got a tremendous pace going right now.
And now he knocks
the right
down.
hand.
The right hand knocks down Eilers. He could be over. Rizzo is coming back. Rizzo dropping the hammer. The referee, Kerry Hatley, looks closely at this one. Eilers was stunned and knocked down.
I'm a little surprised Pedro dropped onto him here and gives Eilers a chance to rest up. He had the opportunity there to continue to strike and just move around Eilers. But it was clear that right hand put Eilers down.
A lot on the line. Kerry Hatley, the referee, looking at it closely in the early going here. And now back to work is Rizzo. Justin Eilers trying to get his breath here. His 7-fight win streak on the line.
Eilers corner screaming, you know, grab him, cut the distance down. Don't give him room to punch.
Pedro Rizzo, it doesn't look like he's been away for 13 months.
No, and Eilers decided to slug it out with a stand-up guy. You know, perhaps Justin thought he had speed there, but that right hand, you don't get that successful unless it's a good right hand.
And now back at it is Rizzo. He's back up, shoots back down.
Needs to get to his feet right now. I don't know why Eilers isn't coming up. Quick stand up.
Look for that knee bar.
Eilers has struggled here. Been knocked down by Rizzo.
Justin, you can come up. One more time. There you go. Again, right hand, right hand. He's cut on the nose, Justin. Look to come up when he can.
Justin Eilers trying to get in position. What does he need to do now, Jeff, to get him?
I think what he's doing, he's trying to figure out what Pedro's going to do, and I think Pedro's trying to figure out what Justin's going to do. Pedro is not forcing the rear naked choke. He's not forcing taking his back and trying to get both his heels in. He is waiting to see what Justin's going to do, perhaps trying to set up a punch. And those short elbows are all right, except Pedro's not leaning his head out to either side, so they're really not hitting him that badly.
Left again, left again. Right side, right side.
Rizzo, you wonder, as good as he started, has he let some of this get away?
I thought he had an opportunity when Eilers first went down to continue to strike without mounting him or getting on top. But he chose to get on top, and as soon as he did, things slowed down. But he was pretty effective in ground and pound. He was delivering the goods to Eilers. But here, again, Eilers getting a chance to regroup, get his breath back, and he's really not that much danger. Pedro's not forcing the issue with the rear naked choke. Took his back, he's choosing to strike there, but those strikes really aren't that effective.
Eilers is not able to land with those elbows, but he is able to catch his breath. He sure needed to.
All Eilers has to do right now is grab one hand of Rizzo's, control it, and then stand up behind it. Get underneath it and stand up behind it. Rizzo's hands comes up towards the head again, try to seize it. There's the stand up.
And Eilers is on his feet again. Let's see what happens down the final 20 seconds of this one.
Can the youngster weather the storm, get to the second round? And it looks as though he's going to be able to do that.
Under 10 seconds to go. Pedro Rizzo back in action for the first time in 13 months. Comes out strong in the first round here against Justin Eilers.
I give Eilers some credit there, being able to survive that barrage and then effectively get back to his feet.
It sure looked like less than halfway through that first round that Pedro Rizzo had done all the damage. There's the right that knocks down Eilers, did not knock him out.
He's lucky he didn't hurt his knee the way he got folded over, but right here he's doing very, very well. Just that little right hand, bang. And Eilers was momentarily in la-la land, but he came back. But right here you see Rizzo being very, very effective, and then when he dropped down, everything slowed down. And that let Eilers start to come back.
There you see Justin Eilers. 16-5-1 in his pro career. He has new life here coming out for round 2 in this International Fighting Association World Heavyweight Championship. The inaugural championship belt awaits either Rizzo in the blue or Eilers in the black with gold.
That was a stiff jab by Eilers to start the round, but he's throwing big leather. He's trying to take Pedro out with one punch.
Rizzo quicker to the punch in the first round.
He caught Eilers again, but on the top of the head. Well, you can hear that impact of each of Rizzo's right hands.
Wild uppercut there by Eilers wouldn't land. Look at Rizzo. He looks quick and is still measuring well against the younger opponent here.
And he's moving forward, something he didn't do a lot earlier in his career. He said he felt a little burned out. That's why he kind of stepped back from MMA for a while, but rejuvenated, he's returning, and he looks good.
A little bit of redness there. I think he called an elbow back in the first round, perhaps. A little redness over the bridge of the nose.
And that's one other thing about Pedro Rizzo. He cuts easy. Almost every fight he suffered a cut.
See a little welt there on the right eye as well as he goes in for a kick.
There you see the diversity of attacks Pedro Rizzo has. Leg kicks, very effective at heavyweight.
Eilers still content now, like he did to start the fight here early in the second round. He wants to stand up. And there he takes a nice solid jab from Rizzo. Rizzo, the older guy, beating him to the punch right now.
Another right hand by Rizzo connected. There's starting to be some redness over the left eye of Justin Eilers.
And there, a knee attempt. Eilers acknowledges it. They have great respect for each other. We saw them yesterday at the weigh-in, standing around talking like old friends.
Oh, Pedro is a legend. One of the premier heavyweights in the early UFCs.
And again, combinations by Rizzo.
As I said, I was down there in Brazil when he knocked out Tank Abbott, and that arena went crazy. You thought they were going to riot, but they were just celebrating. Ooh, nice left hook. Oh, a right hand
Good
by
right by
Eilers.
Eilers perhaps best punch, and coming right back though is Rizzo. He's taking and he's giving more.
Eilers' corner's yelling, take your time, don't rush, don't be predictable. It's so much of an attack, it's just how you set it up.
Eilers able to catch that left.
And Pedro's face is marred up a little bit here. Some blood marks
everywhere.
under the eyes.
Over the left eye of Eilers. Blood around the nose of Rizzo and around the eye area.
Eilers could still wind up cutting him. Oh, with another right. Oh, nice knee. And that backed Eilers up.
And again, it's Rizzo being the aggressive fighter with another knee. Eilers was in trouble in the first. Will he be so here? And Rizzo with the knee again. You can hear the corner of Eilers or just to our right telling again, Jeff, what you said earlier. Be patient.
It almost seems that every time they break, Rizzo can anticipate Eilers coming in at him. Maybe a little more lateral movement, create angles. But the blood's starting to flow from Rizzo's bridge of the nose. Ooh, nice kick.
Working down the left calf of Eilers. Now he goes in again. He's been able to measure him off most of the way. Rizzo, even when he hasn't landed, another good kick. This one up a little higher to the thigh.
I think Eilers needs maybe a little bit more in the combination realm. He throws a punch, maybe he throws 1-2 punches and then breaks. If he could get a combination together, 3-4 punches in a row.
And yet another kick, and I think that stung more than any of them to the left leg.
He's starting to limp a little on that left front foot, lead leg.
Rizzo continues to measure off Justin Eilers. Big swing, that roundhouse, and now Eilers is hurt. Late, the bell is going to save him. The bell is going to save him. Rizzo heard it, he backed off. I tell you, if there were about another 15 seconds to go in round two, it might have belonged to Pedro Rizzo already.
And what an impressive showing by Pedro the Rock Rizzo. Glory days of the UFC, he hasn't lost a step here against Eilers. And there, that one punch caught Eilers. Eilers turned his back. And that's dangerous stuff when you have an opponent closing, looking to hit you in the head.
I tell you, that big swing of the leg, I think, threw him off. He didn't know Rizzo could still get it up there that high and that fast.
And that definitely stunned him because he did not react well. But he's still around. Rizzo, ever the veteran, the KG veteran, mixing it up nicely. And there, the sign of respect. Willing to slap hands with Eilers at the end of the round.
The International Fighters Association World Heavyweight Championship, the first one ever given out, comes down to the third final round. Pedro Rizzo coming back to the ring after a 13-month layoff. Justin Eilers with a 7-fight win streak coming into this. They touch gloves and round 3 is underway. Rizzo has been aggressive and scored repeatedly with his punches throughout. Both fighters have done some damage. You see the left swelling over the left thigh of Eilers, but redness around the cheeks and bridge of the nose of Rizzo. But Rizzo has been the more effective puncher in this one, Jeff.
Yes, he has. Oh, and there's another right down the middle. Rizzo's right hand is legendary, especially against people that are moving in against him. And the veteran knew that leg kick was coming, had the leg up and ready to receive before Eilers even almost threw it.
Rizzo has, for the most part, been able to follow up. Jab follow, jab follow. He's that 1-2 punch throughout.
Inaccuracy, he's been a more accurate puncher.
And again, blood from Eilers.
It's a great fight, though. These two are really going at it. Let's see if Eilers can mount a comeback here.
Eilers in trouble in the first. In trouble in the second, saved by the bell. Now here in the third, you'd have to wonder, Eilers needs a strong closing round, perhaps.
Oh, I think Rizzo's won both rounds. Oh, good right.
And there it is.
But Rizzo's still standing.
Can Eilers follow that up?
And Eilers bleeding badly from the nose.
Eilers has Rizzo against the fence.
I'll tell you what, I'm still impressed with Eilers because he's waging a stand-up war against a very good stand-up fighter. He's been knocked down once, but he's hung in there.
Eilers getting some knees in there to that left leg and left thigh area of Rizzo.
I think Eilers just needs a little diversity in the range of his attacks and he could be extremely effective. Rizzo has used knees, leg kicks, head kick. Eilers has used punching and a couple of elbows.
Some good body shots by Eilers here in the clinch. Some of his better punches. You can kind of hear that thud. That can go deep into the muscle, can it? Those thud-sounding punches.
The idea is to try to catch him when his diaphragm is loose and his belly's not tight. If he knows it's coming, he can tense up. And Rizzo with a takedown. A double leg takedown. Again, diversifying his attacks. This is what I thought Eilers might do. Try to take Rizzo down and ground him down.
Justin Eilers. He brought it right out there. Former WEC world champ came right out, standing up from the get-go of this fight. Now under 2 minutes to go in this inaugural IFA World Heavyweight Championship bout. Pedro Rizzo in the blue, coming out of retirement, still delivering the blows to Eilers. Look at Rizzo, he's gotten second win.
He sensed some weakness and he just started throwing those forearm elbows. Eilers still not quitting, maintaining that sit position, unwilling to go to his back.
You have to wonder now if Eilers can get up one more time and have one more flurry here against Rizzo, who has been the dominant puncher throughout this fight.
Eilers needs to get to his feet. That or a submission, and he's not known for his submission.
Under a minute to go, and Rizzo is still landing punches. Maybe not with the power early on as Eilers gets to his feet. Now Eilers with urgency, 45 seconds to go. He wants that belt. He better close out strong.
He needs the big knockout. He needs the Hail Mary, the home run. Get the big bat out and start swinging.
And he moves in on Rizzo, gets him against the fence.
Seems like now he's thinking about maybe grappling with him a little bit, but it's awful late.
Rizzo buying some time in that clinch. They'll exchange knees under 20 seconds to go.
And this is right where Rizzo wants to be, in a position where he really can't get hurt badly.
Pedro Rizzo showing no signs of cage rust.
Oh,
and
right
he lands one more right for good measure, in case you forgot some of the punches he was throwing early. They go the distance. Pedro Rizzo, Justin Eilers, IFA World Heavyweight Championship will go to the judges to decide.
Well, I like that last punch that Rizzo left Eilers with. That was classic Rizzo. Back up, and you close. Bang! The right came out of nowhere.
As you look at Pedro Rizzo, 13 months away from action, and right at the start, one of his best punches was when he knocked down Eilers in the first round.
Without question.
No signs of cage rust as we look at action from the third.
Eilers hit Rizzo flush there with the right hand and had no effect. And that's the difference between a person backing up getting hit and walking into the punch. And then here, clinched up against the fence.
That face of Justin Eilers, yeah, tells a story, doesn't it?
That's really what it was all about there. Even though the knee didn't quite get there, it did the damage. A lot of thigh hit Eilers in the face, but it still kept that nose bleeding.
As you look at Justin Eilers, he had won 7 in a row. The former Iowa State linebacker on a 7-fight win streak coming in. IFA World Heavyweight Championship belt, the first one ever given out. Will it be Pedro Rizzo or Justin Eilers? The judges have the decision. Let's go to Bruce Buffer to tell us who won.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is 3 rounds of pure heavyweight warrior action. Let's have a big hand for these 2 combatants. We now go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. And now the IFA heavyweight champion, Pedro Rizzo. Awarding the IFA belt is the commissioner from Luxembourg of the IFA, Johan Schote.
Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, we will. Good job. Good job.
Pedro Rizzo, he took charge of this fight early, and he wins a not surprising unanimous decision over Justin Eilers.
And he did it in pure Rizzo fashion with his right hand, that relentless right hand.
It's the one that set the tone early, knocking Eilers to the canvas. And Pedro Rizzo, wow, was he really gone 13 months? It certainly didn't look that way as he wins the first ever International Fighters Association World Heavyweight Championship. And the new champ, Pedro Rizzo, is standing by with Ron Kruk. Ron.
A true war, unbelievable fight tonight, Pedro Rizzo. Where to begin? Give us your thoughts on this fight. 2 big men just dropping bombs.
At the beginning of the fight, I would try to keep the fight on the stand-up. I didn't want to take him down. I planned for the second round, taking him down. But after the first round, I felt my hand, and I broke my hand. I fought second and third round with my hands broken.
Your right? Left?
My left hand. So, but I think the crowd liked the fight, the way we fought. We fought hard. And I would like to say thanks first to Jesus Christ. He's the Lord. Second, I would like to thanks to my family, Glaucia, and my baby that's coming up, Lila. So,
Pedro, let's take a look at some of the highlights, and there were many. You almost caught him in the first round. Take a look and talk us through this.
Yeah, I hit him with a right hook. I knew he felt, but the fight was finished. I thought the referee would stop the fight, but he didn't. When I saw I was already in his guard, so I keep on the ground a little bit. So that's it.
And now the kick that's delivered too.
Yeah, it was the bad thing was in the last 10 seconds. The other could knock him out after the kick. He felt a lot the kick. I tried knocking out, but the bells came. So this is like to say thanks to my sponsor. It's Natural Valley and Gamma O. They support me for this fight.
Well, Pedro, congratulations. You are back. Enjoy the IFA World Championship.
Yeah, of course I will. This is a good title to handle. And thanks for the IFA. It was a great show. You see, it's totally the same, the big shows that's already there more than 10 years. I think we have a great future for IFA, and I'll try to defend this belt with all my heart.
Well, Kenny, the Art of War's main event lived up to its expectations tonight. Congratulations, and back to you at cage side.
Indeed it did, Ron, as you look at Pedro Rizzo. What about that? A broken left hand, but he keeps on going for 2 more rounds in this one, and he kept throwing that left.
Yeah, he did to set up that right hand. Now, if it was the right hand that got broken, Pedro Rizzo would have been in trouble. But Pedro Rizzo, in his typical style, his typical MO, was able to go ahead and get that right hand to land. And he showed a lot of diversity, using knees, kicks to the leg, kick to the head, even a little grounded pound action to mix it all up.
We promised you they would do it up Texas size tonight. And indeed they did here in Dallas. The Art of War and the inaugural International Fighters Association World Heavyweight Championship. Pedro Rizzo returns after a 13-month absence to defeat Justin Eilers.
And Rizzo hasn't lost a step at all. He's still got a dangerous right hand.
Pedro Rizzo, he even told us afterward he had a broken left hand the last 2 rounds, but it didn't slow him down, and he wins the IFA belt. For Ron Kruk and Jeff Blatnick, I'm Kenny Rice. So long from Dallas.